Hi everyone, I just left off wrapping up the physiologic component of Bach's Brandenburg Concerto No. 5 in D major that enables you to focus on a piece of complex cognitive, verbal, scientific, whatever kind of thinking. Now I'm moving on. That piece was in G. And now there's another piece by Mozart that's also in D. And it's called K448. That's the number for it. And it's many scientific researchers use this music, even at the Society for Neuroscience this year that I was at a couple weeks ago. K448. They say we use Mozart's K448 to stimulate these animals to eat more and be more settled and to fight less and to focus. They do it with children. Children focus. They're able to function better, do better math, any number of things, and also epileptic patients. My colleague Gholam Motamedi from Georgetown University is the head of epilepsy, the Department of Epilepsy, is a medical doctor. He sent me a systematic review. That means someone has looked at all the research on this piece of music in epileptic patients, and time after time, children with epilepsy stop. The epilepsy stops in children, it stops in adults, and it stops epilepsy in comatose patients. What does that mean? That you play a piece of music and your epilepsy is stopped? Yes. Why does this happen? How can music move in and change epilepsy, stop epilepsy when you're in a coma? Let's talk about it. So this piece, K448, I heard about it for years. I read about it, and because I've reviewed all of the literature and I'm busy doing my stuff. Finally, and most pieces do not tell you what they use. Well, finally, I'd seen it enough, and then Dr. Motamedi gave me this review, and I thought, well, let me go look this piece up. I'm a vocalist. I'm a specialist in Mozart. I've sung much Mozart. I sing, and I love playing his piano works. But, I finally looked up this piece and put it into my research. Well, what is it? What do you think it is? K448. It could be anything. It could be a symphony. I just assumed it was a symphony. It's not a symphony. It could be a piano sonata. No, it's not a piano sonata. It's a double piano sonata. So there are two pianists playing away on two pianos, and it's not in C like the lady who I stopped epilepsy, her jerking, her Alzheimer's lady, the 4 lady. I don't know if you saw. There's a video on 4. I couldn't stop her with other music, but I had to play something in C major because she was right in the middle of something really intense. 4, right? And I was able to control it by playing the music slower, and then once I went to the next section, she was like, I had stopped it. So Mozart's K448 is something, it's in D major. That's the theme, right? And we'll talk about that theme, but there's a 5-octave spread. So it's like one pianist is doing, no, he's doing, well, not that high. It's in the, it's in D. So it's one step higher than C. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. A lot of songs are in C. A lot of them, most of them, not in classical music. So, my little birdies. So the Mozart piece is in whole different feeling to it. It strikes the physiology a different way. So one pianist is doing his octaves. And they use this piece with birds. My birds are in there going, quack, 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 quack. They're already responding to it. It works with animals too. And the other pianist is doing this at the same time. the octaves on the piano. So it's D. And you better believe when you play that for a comatose patient or any patient, or the birds are like going, wow, the brain's going to go, hey, wake up time. So, okay, so the key is very important. It's a 5-octave spread on a percussive instrument played by 2 pianists with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-octave spread. So basically, I can't do it because I'm only one pianist. I'm not that good either. But it's 5 octaves going, and they're both playing it, and both are playing the middle one. So you're getting D. You're not just getting D. You're getting the major chord D. So the major chord is D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 1, 3, 5, 1. La 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 la. The birds are going. So basically, it's D, A, F, A, and then there's a triplet. Once we're done here, dotted, very decisive. So it goes half note, quarter, triplet, dotted. All right, done, quarter. Period. And you're like, new sheriff in town. Your brain's going like, there's a new sheriff in town here. D major, 5 octaves, 2 pianos, percussive instrument, half note, quarter, grabs you, dubba-da-bum, the triplet, dubba-da-bum, one of the most powerful music melismas in the repertoire. That modulated on me. Okay, so the triplet, ba, 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 we talked about that in another video at length. It adds an extra heartbeat. Dum, bum, 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 and then it activates that heartbeat. Extra heartbeat, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. So it hijacks the heart rate variability. Tons of literature on that. Really responds to rhythm. And it'll go, whoa. There's some action going on here. The new sheriff in town, whoa, with that, there's some action here, innervating action. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. Wow, that's a, excited heart rate. So their epilepsy is like, it's very unpredictable. It's like low oxygen will cause issues in the cell to make it epileptic, like low oxygen pairs with epileptic issues categorically in the brain. So, but that oxygen's another whole issue that brain health. So, so you've got this bum, bum, bum. Now this free energy moves in. Music as free energy. In a higher key, your body goes, oh, I'm not used to that key. I'm used to C. And now it's in D. And you've got 5 octaves, right? Right? Plus, wow. Oh, this, that's familiar. Organic part of the chord. Bum, bum. So half note, quarter. Heart rate, extra heart rate. Oh, the heart now is involved. And then, I should have the music here, but I don't. Bum, 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 ba da dum, ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba ba da 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 da. That's the D. There's a syncopation. That's another thing that engages you. It helps, if you're walking, bum, 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 bum. It's like you're late. Bum, bum. It hooks you. Bum, ba, dum, pa, da, dum. That's kind of relaxing. At the same time, da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba. All of a sudden, so the rhythmically quarter, quarter, half, half, half plays with your heart rate, activates it, gives a syncopation. We're going somewhere, and this music's in charge. Then it quickly rolls into the 16th notes. And that goes on for about 5 minutes. And so when you're doing, when all this free energy is moved in so decisively and hijacks you with these various elements of rhythm, a tonality, percussive saliency, intensity, and then kind of paces it out rhythmically. So it goes from the half to the quarter to the triplet to the dotted to the syncopated and then the running 16ths, and you have been hijacked. So that epilepsy, which would have been is now doing is just, it's like it's captive to this music. So any of the dysfunction, behavioral that they do with autistic children, the inability to focus because you're kind of going in all different directions, kind of entropy is what they call it, uncontrolled, going anywhere. It's now being controlled by this music. And that's why Mozart's K448 has the impact that it does. Now, that's not a bad piece to try on epileptic patients either. And there are kind of other pieces in these keys that are similar and could follow up, could maintain the effect. Because usually music is transient. It only lasts for the time you're listening to it, and then it's like, oh wow, that was great. Now, we can choose to hang on. So, oh wow, I like the way that made me feel. I'm going to see if I can hang on to that feeling as long as I can. And when I realize that feeling is gone, I'm going to listen to that piece again and get that feeling back. So, and it's a physiologic prescription. And any doctor worth his salt, anyone at Hopkins, any in mental health, any in the post-traumatic, any in the mental illnesses will tell you physiology is the ticket to organizing and settling, redirecting, and healing the brain. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Indeed. So that's it. Bach's Brandenburg Concerto, Mozart's double piano concerto in D. Listen to it. What else? I guess that's it for now. I'm doing a presentation on music with children with autism next week from today, more or less. And there's music that I use with them too. Again, you're pairing with what they like. And what they like tells you what's going on in their physiology. And their physiology tells you what's going on in their mind and what their needs are and what their deficits are. Right? Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. It's no fun doing it alone. I'll tell you that much. So let's see if I can play you something before we go. I'm working on this one piece by Chopin. It's called Nocturne in E flat. I've played it about 5 times. But to learn a piece like this, you have to do it slowly, carry 0 tension between one note to the next. And I'm playing it tomorrow at a funeral. It took me a while to get to it, but done it. I have to do it a couple more times today, tonight, wake up tomorrow morning. But I layered the relaxed beat by beat in my it's a hard piece to play. It's not easy. And it goes against a lot of expectations. Here's another one I'm playing. It'll be there tomorrow morning, and I'll get paid for it too. That's how it works. So here's another one that I just picked up, printed out this morning. It's a vocalese, but he's playing the cello. It's difficult, but you know what? I don't sweat it. I know. Here's what I know. Here's what I know and I have learned. I stay oxygenated. I maintain what I call an oxygen gradient. Free oxygen. And that I have to put myself, hack through it for one thing, and that's not a bad thing. It's like, whoa, well, that's interesting, that's interesting. There's make notes here and there as to what I need to look. Sometimes I circle but I don't have to go through it too many times. I've spent a lot of time sight reading at the piano, so I'm habituated to the instrument. I don't think it'll ever be easy for me because I started much kind of when I was later in life. That's good. I love it. And you can too. You can learn things with an oxygenated brain and realizing that the subconscious brain is going to do it for you. Most of the brain, I would say 90-95% of the brain will do it for you. Like learning to ride a bike. These implicit memories, these deep buried memories does it for you. Same with this instrument. My job is to take zero stress, go through the movements, no stress whatsoever, and my brain is doing so much. Let me find a difficult part of this, going into this next page. I can't bring any tension though into it, because if I bring tension, I will learn tension. The brain will learn whatever you bring to it. So stay oxygenated so you fuel these processes and just don't give it anything. D sharp. Right. So there's a D sharp there that stays throughout the chord, and that's unusual. Most of the music I play doesn't have D sharps in this key, right? So it's new for me. So that's my executive thing. Oh, wow, that's all I need to do. And so then when I go to play it, right? It stays there. D sharp. I keep wanting to go back because there's no D sharp. I mean, it's just unusual that a D sharp's there. So that's the main thing. In fact, this whole section has a D sharp. And I can just put D sharp, not a whole section. And there's another section that has A sharp. So, but did I take any tension there? Nah. Nope. If I did, blech, get it out. And that piece will be A-okay tomorrow because I didn't take any tension with it. One more section. That is really new positions for my hands. I can feel it in my gut. It's not tension. It's just I'm learning something different. So the brain has no feeling. It gets it all through the body. And when these hands work and something new happens, sometimes I get this like, whoa. And that's part of the learning. That's part of the signaling. So I'm going to walk away from this. I'll get it done. It'll get done today. I'll play through it again. I'm going to a conference. And overnight, it will consolidate. It's like seeds have been planted. And it takes a couple days for the brain to root what I just did. And I'm just not worried about it. Even if it's so kind of choppy right now. I just didn't take any tension there. And it will piece itself together. That's the process. You have to trust the process. Staying oxygenated, showing up at the bus stop, carrying zero tension when you go, and then being waiting. So here's a piece. I did rehearse this. Advent starts this Sunday. Once in David's royal city stood a lowly cattle shed, where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that mother mild, Jesus Christ her little child. It's not a hard accompaniment, but it's a beautiful piece. So, I'm a performer, and you can perform too. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We have to understand the process and be patient. It will be fine. More than fine if we let go. Take notes where we're really surprised and then let go of the rest. Be well. All good things. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.